Hi.
Yeah, very good.
It's doing the thing.
What's
I turned the mic on.
Working on? Are we on?
Hold on.
Hello, and welcome to our Saturday morning board game show. We have a lot of games to look at today. We are also going to be unboxing this giant box that Hasbro sent to us.
I want to open it now.
Yeah, not yet, Larry, not yet. We'll be doing that later on the show, so stay tuned for that. So why don't we go ahead and go now over to Kevin, Melissa, and Hannah at the table.
Right to the game.
Right into the games.
Keep talking.
Hello. Hey.
I forgot my hat.
Kevin's hat. Oh, good thing we have a spare hat.
Spare hat.
At
That
the
was
Meadows
smart.
house.
That was really
I
smart.
always have a spare hat. Whew, that was a close one. We have a different setup today, so welcome to the table.
Yep.
Hannah, Melissa, myself. We have a game here called Paint the Roses. This is from North Starr Games, coming to Kickstarter October 12th. So this looks like a very polished, published game, but this is technically not the final version.
Right. And this is the deluxe edition.
Right.
I don't know if the Kickstarter campaign is going to have different versions or if the deluxe is the only one, but very, very nice components.
Yeah, it's like a pre-production copy. So. All right. So tell us a little bit about.
Okay,
Paint the
this
Roses.
is a cooperative deduction game where the Queen of Hearts has given us orders of how she wants us to plant and paint the garden. But we can't tell the other players what our orders are. So someone, I believe it's Kevin's turn. Kevin is going to pick one of the tiles from the greenhouse and he's going to place it in the garden, and then we will place And we already have some information from Kevin. So up here, it's either a heart to a heart or a pink to a purple, because if it was red, he would have two. Are you on an easy card?
I am on an easy card.
Easy cards have to be color to color. So we have pink and two purples. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, it has to be pink
And
to
Hannah's
purple.
the one picking for me.
Well,
No,
Yes.
just recording the information.
Sure.
As a group, we decide what we
okay,
want to guess.
Gotcha.
yeah.
So we would like to guess, Kevin, are you pink to purple
I
as your
am
order?
pink to purple.
So how many spaces?
One space for us, and the queen also always moves one space for
We could, do we want to guess anything else at this point or not? Anyone else?
Is Hannah putting anything down?
I did not put anything down.
I also did not put
I think we
anything
should
down.
wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we refill, and then Hannah gets to go. I am the...
Oh, I get a new card.
You
I'm
should
doing
not
it.
take an easy.
Yes.
We need to get moving.
Yeah.
Why not? Alright, I'll take a medium.
Is that one?
We should,
I'm gonna put 2 cubes on it.
Okay.
All right, so Hannah has a medium card, so it could either be color to color or shape to
I'm
shape.
also placing 2 cubes.
Whoa.
I am not placing any cubes.
Alright.
So Hannah either has to be a heart or a yellow because that's the tile that's on. And she placed 2 cubes. There are 2 hearts. There are 2 red.
Yep.
So it could be heart to heart. It could be yellow to red. It can't be heart to diamond because there's only 1 diamond. Can't be yellow to pink because there's only 1 pink.
Yep. So you're basically throughout the game trying to deduce whose cards are what and trying to figure out the colors and the shapes and things like that.
So we're at 50-50 for Hannah. You have the exact same options.
I do have the exact same option.
Were you able to figure out anything about me from previous?
From previous things, I was able to figure out that Melissa was either red to red, or sorry, pink to red, or club to diamond. I figured out it wasn't club to diamond.
So we want to go with the color option?
Make sure you look at the colors.
So yeah, the pink to yellow.
This was the one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it was red to red. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kevin marked the wrong
Marked
thing.
it.
We have these little sheets where we can keep
Right.
track of the thing.
I remembered properly, but I wrote the wrong thing down.
Yes.
Melissa, are you red to red?
I am red to red because you ruled out club to diamond on that one. So we're moving 3.
1, 2, 3, and she still's only moving
yes.
1.
So we're not gonna keep playing because you kind of have an idea, but I want to mention a few things. Once our little gardeners pass the rabbit, we add a petal to the queen, and the queen will start moving 2 spaces each time, and the rabbit would move here, and as the rabbit progresses, she keeps getting more petals and she moves farther.
Yep.
If at the end of a round, a turn, we guess and it's incorrect, the queen moves double speed. Woo. So there was one game we were playing where she was at 4 speed and someone guessed incorrectly, so she moved 8 spaces.
Oh, got
if the queen catches you, it's off with your heads. The game is over. To win, you need to fill the entire garden before the queen catches you.
Yep.
We've only won once so far.
I played it multiple times.
The game also, Kevin, do you want to bring the box? The game also comes with a bunch of modules that you can add in. Cheshire Cat, Tea Party, Alice, and they all add some extra elements to the game.
Yeah.
So this is Paint the Roses. The deluxe edition comes with a very nice tray, all of that. Yep. Coming to Kickstarter.
October 12th.
From
North Star Games. And we're going to go back to the couch just for a quick moment.
So welcome back to the couch.
For a quick moment.
For a quick moment.
All right, back to the table.
Not that fast.
Oh, sorry.
We would like to thank our sponsors for sponsoring us. We have the Op, Burnt Island Games, and the Good Game Company. We have a few things here.
We have a game from them.
Yes, Good Game Company does Chunky Monkey Business. It's a fun game about connecting words.
Not about ice cream?
No, not about ice cream.
So sad.
We also have Power Plants, which is a new one that's coming soon from Kids Table Gaming. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. But right now, I think we're going to go ahead and... Kevin, can we do it?
No, that's at the very end.
Not yet.
Angela, Katie.
I kept looking and I'm like, maybe we can do it. Is Kevin going to let us do it?
We're going to ask every time we come
wait.
back to the couch.
Every time we come back to the couch, we're like, Kevin, can we do it now? Kevin, can we do it now?
Right. Not on ice cream.
No, as I say, so while we're waiting still, we can we're gonna say we've got some really exciting games that we really enjoy that are coming up. Some of Hannah's favorite games. She was even talking about it being in some of her top 5. So yeah, that's coming up soon. I believe Kevin and Melissa are ready at the table. By the way, their names together is Melvin.
That's right.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know it.
Back to Melvin.
Back to Melvin.
Welcome back to the table. We have another game that we're going to show you that just has been delivered to backers. If you backed the Marvel United X-Men, well, their whole Marvel United sort of series, but the X-Men version has just been released. This is from Spin Master and CMON, sort of a collaboration with those, and this is one of the boxes of the X-Men, and we're going to talk about what's in this box and a little bit of some of the changes that the X-Men game brings to the Marvel United series.
Yeah, and I think it's just this core box that has been delivering, not all of the many, many, many extra boxes that come with that Kickstarter. So, X-Men, I grew up watching the Uncanny X-Men cartoon show on TV, so I love the X-Men characters. This box comes with 6 of the heroes.
Yeah, so we've got, of course, we have like Beast, and we have Wolverine, and we have Cyclone, and we have
No, okay. I should be
Cyclops.
talking about this,
Storm.
not Kevin.
Yeah.
We have Jean Grey, we have Professor Xavier, we have Wolverine, we have Storm, Cyclops. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mystique.
You say Professor X yet?
Yep, I said Beast. Yep,
Mystique.
there he is, Beast.
Oh, Mystique, thank you.
Yes. Well, Mystique and Magneto are purple. You can play them as either... Oh, there we go. You can play them as either heroes or villains. So they have a hero deck and they have a villain card. So there's Mystique's villain card.
Yeah.
Magneto. The other bad guys in this one are Sabretooth and Juggernaut.
Ryan's favorite.
Ryan has this GIF, whatever, that he likes to post of Juggernaut. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't you talk a little bit about gameplay?
So in gameplay, on your turn, you're basically, on a given round, you're playing a villain card and you're doing some bad things, and then players are going to be able to play their good card and being able to play things like hitting the enemies and moving and rescuing civilians and things like that. So that the gameplay is very similar in this game, but
To the regular
game. But like Melissa said, you have in this game you have basically 2 kinds of decks. You have hero decks and villain decks with the purple characters. And there's some extra gameplay. There's some super villain and superhero cards that you can actually add in to make the game even more, I should say, I don't know how to say difficult.
Challenging?
More challenging is probably the word. And then there's also some solo mode that you can play as well. We actually played the other day, and we played against Magneto. We were so close. He was down to 1 life point left.
So close, but he has a condition that if all of the civilians disappear from the city, you lose, and there's certain ways that civilians are changed into thugs, and we lost because there were no civilians left in the city. So, cooperative game, working together, you get to use the powers of the player before you when their card is laid, so a bit of strategizing of which actions are going to be helpful to you and helpful to your teammates.
So Matt asked if I was a superhero fan. I am a superhero fan, but when you're on live TV, sometimes the names sort of like jumble up in your head, so I said Cyclone instead of Cyclops. I apologize.
Yes, Bill. Yes, poor Kevin.
Cyclone.
We are today, because Will and Sarah are at Origins, we have a smaller crew and we only have 2.5 cameras instead of 4 or 5 cameras.
Poor Larry,
so we are
0.5 camera.
How dare you?
we are a little understaffed and under-equipmented today, but we are still pushing forward and hope that you enjoy the content that we're putting forth. Okay, back to the couch.
Back to the couch.
Back to the couch.
Hey,
Oh,
All
hey.
right. Oh, go for it, Larry. Go for
go
it.
for it.
Oh, we're going to talk about this game by one of our sponsors, Burn Island Games and
That's Kids Table,
Kids Table Board Gaming.
Yes. But this is Power Plants. It's a new game. It is some tile placement. You're going to be building a magical garden as wizarding students, but you're sharing the garden with other students, and you're kind of fighting for control of where you get to put your plants, and there's different magical abilities that each of the plants have. So there's a lot of different things going on in this. You choose kind of which powers get activated. So check that out by Kids Table Board Gaming.
And while we're waiting for them to set up, a little while ago we talked about a contest that Upper Deck is doing, looking for the legendary gamer. So that contest is still going on with Upper Deck. You can go there to upperdeckstore.com/legendarygamer and enter to win 2 tickets to Gen Con 2022. You can win free games for a year. It looked like basically a game a month that you can get. But there are multiple tiers, so that it's like even if you don't get first, you could get second, and maybe you get 10 games for the year. So there are lots of different things. There's also some pretty sweet swag that we showed off. So there's a nice hat, we've got a nice shirt. These hoodies are awesome. And these are all potential prizes that you could get by entering that contest. All the rules are there.
Not my size.
It is US only. So if you're in the US, definitely check that out. But one other thing I wanted to mention is we are doing our own contest with Upper Deck. And we've got down here on the table some different cards that go to the legendary game. These are basically shield officers, if you're familiar with the game.
They might look familiar.
Yes. So if you go to tantrumhouse.com, over on the right side, you're going to see a button that says Enter Current Contest. Jump in there, fill out the information, and you will have a chance to win a set of your own Tantrum House shield officers that you could add into the game. And you'd be able to play with us on the table, and that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty
Upper Deck is sending you those cards, whoever the winner is. All you have to do is go in there and fill out your information. We will let Upper Deck know. They're going to send you the cards, and they're going to also send you a box with other sweet goodies, probably things that we just showed you. So make sure you check that out. Are we ready at the table? All right, back to the table.
Back to Melvin.
Well, welcome back to the table. We are talking about a game from Pandasarus Games called Wild Space. This is a sort of a set collection type game where you're in charge of some ships out in space, going to different planets, collecting your team of space pirates, and you are trying to collect the best team, the best crew, I should say, for Wild Space.
Yeah, so on your turn, you're going to take one of your ships and you're going to fly it to a planet. And right now we only have 2 planets that are available.
There are home planets.
Yes. And when we fly to a space, you're going to take the action indicated on that space. So something like this would let me
Draw a card.
draw a card.
Yep.
And then let me play a card with that symbol.
If you have a clipboard symbol, you can play it.
Yes. Is my hand... I don't think my hand is actually in the shot.
No, but you can see this card here.
So I could add a clipboard
There we go.
Crew member to my hand, and some of them have automatic things that take place and some of them have endgame scoring.
Yep.
And there's a lot of comboing in this game
Yes.
with the animals that you put down, and set collection of having different animals or the same animals will also score. Kevin.
Yes, so I am going to fly out here as well, and I'm going to explore land. Sorry, there's landing and exploring. They're two different actions. I'm going to be landing on this planet here, and I am going to... I have to discard a card because that's what the little X means.
Oh, I think on mine I was supposed to do one or the other. Oops.
You.
I already cheated.
Melissa's cheated. That's okay. We're not playing a whole
Because
game.
Will's not here.
That's
Somebody's
true.
got to cheat.
Taking
Yeah.
Will's,
Yep, actually I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to discard this one and play this one. This will give me 5 points at the end of the game. So, boop.
can we see that? Is it in the shot?
And it's got a little medal here, so I can go up. But that's okay.
Yep, we don't have those tokens. Anyway, so you can land on a planet or you can explore a planet you're already on,
Which Melissa's about to do.
which lets you go up to the top part and then take that action.
Either action.
Either action, yes. The line means either or. So I could draw 3 cards into my hand or I could play a card. And I haven't actually really looked at these cards yet. So this one would let me draw a card automatically, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
As a benefit.
Yep.
So anyway, you only have a couple ships, so you only have a few actions. I now have 3 crew members, so we can flip
Ooh.
that new space.
Yep.
And once your ships are down on a card,
The only thing you can do is explore that
right,
planet.
so I can never pick that ship up again,
Yep.
and Kevin can't move it to another one. All he can do is explore. So you're looking at the top and the bottom actions of the planets and trying to combo a bunch of things. Later in the game, you might get a thing that lets you draw a card, play a card. You might be able to play like 4 or 5 cards all at once if you chain your actions correctly.
And as your team member, as your crew grows, you'll be able to unlock more of these planets and be able to get further, which gives you more options. And you're going to be getting points by getting like different kinds of crew members and the same kind of crew members and things like that, like you would normally in a regular set collection game. And there's robots in the game that give you points as well. Like this one gave me 5 points. So lots of different ways of getting points, but I do like the comboing in Wild Space for Pandasarus. Let's head back to the couch for a quick moment. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm sure it's amazing.
Hey, so as was stated before, Will and Sarah are at Origins.
And I think Will was in the chat saying hi.
They better be watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, they might be doing something maybe more fun. I don't know.
What?
That's
Anyway.
true. Who knows? What could be more fun than this?
Right.
But yeah, so Will and Sarah are there. They're enjoying Origins. I have been looking at the photos online and feeling a little jealous myself.
Definitely.
I just went to Gen Con and it was so much fun. So I've been to Origins before. I'm not sure what it's going to look like this year. I know Gen Con was a lot lower attended than in previous years. It actually felt a little more like Origins to me.
Do you feel like there's a difference between Gen Con and Origins?
There is. It's a little more homey feeling.
Homey? Okay.
Yeah. There's also a lot of people there ready to show their prototypes.
Oh, cool.
So, and that's kind of, I think, more of the focus of Origins. And it does. It feels a little, since it's usually a smaller event, you feel like you see a lot of the same people. You have a lot of opportunities to game with people that might be busy during the Gen Con stuff because it's so busy. But
one of these days I'll get a chance to go.
yeah.
One of these
And
days.
you haven't been to any, right?
I haven't been. Tantrum Con is the biggest one I've been to.
Oh, wow.
Which is a pretty awesome con, but we'll talk about that later.
Right?
I know.
Well, if you are at Origins, feel free to go by the 25th Century booth and check out Sarah and Will. Make sure they're working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell them
not
we say
slacking.
hey. Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure to say hey. There was a lot of people at Origins who apparently knew who we were and didn't say anything to
Yeah.
us.
Say hey.
We like talking to you guys. So.
Take a pic, post it on social media.
Yeah. So.
All right. I think we're
we're
ready
going
over
back.
there. So let's head back to the table with Melvin.
And
Yeah.
Hannah's going to join us too.
Melvin.
Awesome.
Hello, we're
Welcome
back.
back to the table. This is The Crew, the standalone sequel to The Crew. This is Mission Deep Sea. The previous version, the game was in space, outer
The
space.
quest for Planet 9.
This one, you're delving into the deep waters of the deep sea. If you're familiar with the Crew, the base game, or the original game, that was a trick-taking game. This is also a trick-taking game, but basically, I think it enhances or streamlines many of the things that were in the other game. And just like in any trick-taking game, you're trying to collect tricks of cards, but in the Crew, you're trying to do it cooperatively.
All right, so who's the commander?
Not me.
Not me. Must be Kevin.
I am the commander!
So that means Kevin has the 4 submarine. There are 4 cards that are trump, basically. And 1, 2, 3, 4, he has the highest card up other camera.
Just switched, Melissa.
Yep. So differences in this one is the way that the
Missions?
task cards come out. So we still have our logbook that we're going through that's going to tell us what we're doing. I just randomly flipped to mission number 7, which says that we need a value of 6
Okay.
in our tasks. We have 3 players.
Yep.
So we're going to look at this line here. So that's 2, 4,
Ooh.
5.
Not that one.
Not that one. Not that,
That one. Yes. No.
No.
We need another one.
There we go.
So we now have 2, 4, 5, 6. So these are the tasks that we would need to accomplish this round. Now if I had pulled a 3 to begin with, we might have only had 2 cards. So it really depends on
Number
how
of
the cards
players
come up.
and how the cards come up, yeah.
And if you're familiar with the original Crew, these tasks look a little different than the other ones. So I will win a trick using a 5. I will win the pink 8 and the blue 5. I will win 2 tricks in a row. I will win no 5s.
Oh, yeah, so
So-
this person can't have both.
Yeah.
Yeah, or this one. So,
Oh.
and with 3 people, the commander has to take 2.
All right.
And this doesn't have to be one in the same turn.
No.
It just is throughout the game.
So I would look at my hands and I'd be like, oh, which one should I do? I will definitely win 2 tricks in a row, and
then Hannah
would pick one. She's gonna do the 8 and the 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the pink 8 and blue 5.
And Melissa, you're gonna choose one.
I will.
You're gonna use the 5 or not get a 5?
You're gonna be using a 5.
Yes.
Wow.
Which way do you want to use 5?
Wait a second. Let me look at this.
That's fine. Totally okay. You can do whatever you like.
I will.
She's gonna try it.
Win
We're
a
not doing
trick
the whole
using a
trick.
5,
And
yeah.
I would then have to take this one using no 5s. So therefore, I know I can play this one first because I know I'm probably gonna win it because 9 is the highest. And because we're not playing a full game, I also knew where the blue 5 was. So that was probably.
Oh, I should probably do that. Take these backsies.
So that was, so I won that trick. So I would need to run another trick in a row.
And we want you to win this one.
I want to win this one as well. And it happens to be in this trick, I also knew where the green 5 was because it was in my hand as well. So I knew I was pretty safe not winning any 5s because that's my goal. I have to make sure so we had to play all the tricks, making sure that Hannah won the pink 8 and the blue 5. Melissa won at least a trick using a 5. Hopefully she has one.
Well, I do have 2 5s in my hand. I have a bunch of pink,
Okay.
so I'm hoping that I can run pink.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not going to play a whole
Right.
trick-taking hand, but that gives you an idea. Let's flip some more of these just so they get an idea.
Oh yeah, because they're all way different.
I will win a trick which the card values of all are greater than 5. I will win the 3 submarine. I will win 0 tricks. There's all sorts of, win at least 3 9s. I will not open a trick with a pink or a green. Lots and lots of variation.
Where I felt like
in
the other
tricks.
game had a lot of variation, but it was the variation was based on the actual like mission that you're going on, not the cards that you're pulling.
I will win no 1 2s and 3s.
Yeah, very cool.
So, yeah. I highly recommend the Crew Mission Deep Sea. I've enjoyed both of the Crew games. Really enjoy the figuring out how to get those missions to work and not being able to tell your crew members what cards you have with the limited communication.
I think we're doing a major switch right now. So here we go. I'm gonna go this way.
All right.
Larry, you staying here?
Oh, Larry was pretending to take a nap.
Oh, they ruined my bit.
Yeah.
You ruined your
I think we're out. They're in.
They're in.
you're out.
I can't talk about it?
No.
I guess I won't talk about
You
it.
get to
guys
talk
want-
about it
we're
at the
gonna
We're
table.
gonna do it at the table.
We're gonna open Hasbro box now.
Hey, you're taking it with us.
Just kidding.
Just kidding, just kidding. Well, they got to talk about Origins, and I didn't get to talk about Origins. I know Melissa and we've gone.
That's, nope. Read your list. We're talking about the op. Kevin wrote this whole list with what we're talking about at each section. Yep, we pre-planned. We just can't read and follow the list.
I'm just trying to keep our folks there engaged and happy and laughing at us instead of laughing at themselves.
So we will be talking about our experiences at Origins a little later, but right now we did want to shout out to one of our sponsors, the op, and we're actually, the other crew at the table is going to be showing off one of their games. They're going to be showing off Pic Twist.
Pic Twist.
Pic Twist. Yes, that's
Talk about
a C.
talk about reading. Talk about reading.
Well, this was upside down. Yours at least is. And it's his own handwriting.
That says Pic Twist.
Anyway,
So.
and Cuphead.
Oh, we have two op games.
Two op games
Today. Cuphead a little later, and Pic Twist National Parks Edition is the one that they're setting up right now.
And why don't you talk about the game that you just recorded?
The game that I just recorded. Oh, I just did a how to play video for the Goonies Escape. If you're familiar with the Scooby-Doo
the
Coded Chronicles Escape game, they have 2 more games in that line. One of them is, I forget.
The Shining, I think.
The Shining. I haven't played that one, but the third one is Goonies themed, and if you're a child of the 80s, you probably are familiar with the Goonies, and it was a lot of fun to play and go through with the all of the puzzles and everything.
I was gonna say, while they're still setting up over there, the Goonies game compared to the Scooby-Doo game, Scooby-Doo was only a 2 sort of scenario, and I think it played very easily.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of on a family level.
Very family level, whereas the Goonies had 3 basically scenarios that you're going through, a little bit longer.
Acts. There were 3 acts.
3 acts you're going through a little longer, and I would say much more puzzly, much more in depth, a little bit harder. Still family, but
yeah, like I don't know that younger kids would probably,
right.
Like teenagers I think would be fine, or even preteens playing that one.
But really enjoyed both of them, and I will be working on editing that video soon and getting that out. But I think we're gonna head to the table for Pic Twist.
Pic Twist.
Pic Twist. Okay, this is a National Parks edition of Pic Twist, and I'm gonna say I don't think Kevin and Melissa mentioned it, but the op actually has like a lot of national parks themed games, like normal things like Monopoly and Jenga and Scrabble. They have several themed things that are traditional games, but they're themed with the national park.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful game. Like lots of pretty pictures that you get to look at.
Thank you.
Okay. So the idea with this game, as you can see, we've got different pictures here. Each person has a picture. We are gonna skip one little thing. Typically, you would mix up all of these squares. You can turn them however you want, put them in whatever order. Then you would rotate chairs or pass the pictures to the left.
No, I'm definitely passing this to you.
Oh, you're passing?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we're
Well,
gonna
I
do
made
that.
it hard intentionally.
All right.
I don't want
But
to
I
try
want
to
the island
unscramble it.
one.
Well, sorry, you're passing
Okay.
that to me.
Yeah, you're
How
passing this.
rude. I
I'm
also
gonna pass
didn't
this.
scramble it very well.
No, scribble it
Well.
up. Well,
But it has to be passable as a 3x3 grid now, Larry. Larry hasn't played.
I
so
haven't.
We're
you can
teaching
do
him on
like
the
this
fly.
and pass the whole thing.
But I want it to be an island.
Okay. Too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and pass our pictures so that our opponents don't know what they are. Keep your cards.
I lost my
Alright.
cards.
I'm gonna give Larry this beautiful picture of the sunset and the river, and
Oh,
I'm getting the lighthouse on the
this
shore.
is a terrible picture.
All right. So
What?
what we would do now?
It's a nice picture, Larry.
It's not an island.
Beautiful.
That's an island.
It's kinda
That's-
like
or
it.
maybe a sea stack.
So now what you do, each person, take your pictures and your frames off. Each person is going to have their frame, and you're going to have these action cards that do different things. So this one, for example, allows you to switch 2 tiles. So I could move, if I had it here, I could move this to here. So you're going to lay out, and all of us would do this at the same time. We would lay out the cards that we want to play. I guess I'll wait for
Yeah.
my...
So this is it's
See-
programming. You're
Yeah.
gonna program the changes that are needed
Oh
to
my.
to unscramble this picture.
Programming.
So
yes, and it's going to go this direction.
Yeah, so you always work left to right, top to bottom. So if I did something like this, and I don't know that this actually makes sense, but go ahead and lay a few cards out there, guys.
Oh, well, I'm struggling to figure out how he scrambled these up.
I thought I was going to be really bad at this kind of game, and then I played against...
Against
Well, no.
against me.
I played against my wife Amy and Katie, who should beat me. Like, they should beat me at this game all the time. But I had the advantage of them waiting on, like, kids and things like that. And this is a real-time game. I'm letting them catch up. But we should all be playing these tiles at the same time, playing our actions. And
One
then,
at a time you play your
It
actions?
no,
as
you do
fast as
it
you
real
can.
time.
Boom,
You're
boom,
supposed to use this. This game is actually a lot harder than it sounds.
So,
too many things.
so now that I've laid out the actions I want to take, I would grab the timer. I'm done. They have 30 seconds to lay out however many actions they want to do, which right now is like 1 or 2. So,
I'm doing all 9.
all right, so that's okay.
Oh, that one there.
Remember you said you were playing with children.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
I win.
I'm gonna be 2-0
Wait a
on
minute.
this game.
I filled
This-
my box already.
That's where it's going. That.
Time's up.
Shh, not yet.
Ha!
All right, so now time is up. So now comes where we trigger all of these actions. Again, I didn't actually look at what I'm doing,
Me neither.
but I could
Oh.
rotate.
Can you tell?
I could rotate this. Now I've done that action. Then I go down. Okay, this says I have to take this tile and swap it here. Then this one I have to put this tile wherever it goes, wherever the correct location is.
In the orientation.
In the
goes-
orientation, I think this one goes here. We're gonna go with that. That one's a little hard with my picture. And then I could rotate.
There are definitely pictures that are harder than others. to
Shift this
unscramble.
whole row. And then the next person would go through theirs. Larry did all 9 of his, so let's just pretend you did it.
A little crazy.
I was doing it while you were doing it. Real time.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mine. I'm swapping these 2 locations, and then I'm rotating this one once.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's not wrong. That's right. And then this one and this one are switching locations.
So we would keep doing this round after round, using our cards to try and program our picture and unscramble it into the nice finished copy.
So you don't have to do it in one round.
No, you keep going.
Nobody.
That's
can
why
hit
I
in
played
one
too
round.
many of these.
There are some solo challenges in the game where they give you a picture and they give you a layout and they say you should be able to do this in 4 actions over 1 round. So you then have to try and figure out the
Figure out
puzzle.
how you're gonna make it.
And
Very
there are other
puzzly.
things like these red cards are super powerful because you get to put the tile wherever it goes, but you can only play it once.
Yeah.
So once you play it, it's out of the game.
It's out of the game, and then
For
you have
good?
only these. When I played against Dan and his wife Amy, we ended up. She gave me all of the tiles she scrambled, and she had turned them all one time the wrong, the same direction, which meant, but there's only one tile that turns that way. So I was doing a lot of reversing it completely and then having to next time play the opposite direction because I had so many cards that all needed to change one way, but there was only one card that let you switch it that one direction. So she made it very difficult for me.
There is definitely strategy to how you mix things up and making it harder or easier for your opponent. Kids can definitely get into this. There are different hardness levels they suggest that kids can play. And as you can see, the pictures are beautiful. They are double-sided, so you've got a couple of different pictures here. And I think that is it. So check out Pic Twist from the Op. Back to the couch.
I won.
Hello, welcome back to the couch for a quick moment while they set up Cuphead from our series sponsor, The Op. But we wanted to take a quick moment to talk about something amazing coming up in February 2022. Tantrum is doing the awesome panning back there. So
Hannah.
That's what I said.
You said tantrum.
Say tantrum.
Did I? I said.
Kevin's struggling this morning. Maybe you should drink some of my coffee from Vagrant Coffee.
Hannah is doing an
Sponsor.
amazing job. So, thank you, Hannah. So, Tantrum Con is right around the corner, and that's what we want to talk about.
Yes, so we're going to be in Charlotte this year. So we're at a new venue
Is that in North Carolina or South Carolina?
in North Carolina. So we're even switching states, but we're still in the Carolinas. It's going to be the last weekend in February.
February 24th, 25th, 26th.
So we're going to have a soft opening
27th.
Thursday night,
Yep.
and then a full day Friday and Saturday, and then until about 6 p.m.-ish
Awesome.
on Sunday. And we're going to have all the things that you've loved about other Tantrum Cons. We're going to have some tournament meals, open gaming, lots of play-to-wins,
And Will's favorite.
the table flipping tournament, of course.
We can't have Tantrum Con without the table flipping
True.
tournament.
That
so-
that is a distinctive we could say.
A distinctive. And the Turner meals are, I think, one of the other distinctives part of Tantrum Con.
So basically, we do ticketed events that are around a meal, like maybe breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and then we also play a specific game to go along with that. And usually people who come to the event either have a chance to win some prizes or maybe even walk away with the games that they have been playing at their table.
Yeah, lots of giveaways. We'll have play to wins, open gaming, vendors for a lot of publishers will be joining us that you can check out some of their games as well. So lots of cool things. TantrumCon.com to find out more information. So you can, badges are on sale right now. So you can go purchase your badge right now at TantrumCon.com. I'm sure someone will put it in the comments as well. So over to the table. And I'm going to open this Hasbro gaming.
No.
No, Kevin.
Welcome back to the table. We are looking at Cuphead, the fast-rolling dice game from the op. And if you've played the video game, you'll notice some of the same iconography. The idea is you're fighting these boss battles. And the video game is known for its unique boss battles. So they try to replicate that with a board game feel. So what you have here, I don't know how every boss is. We've only looked at the first one. But you have a whole deck for the boss, and you go through the deck from top to bottom through different phases. So for this boss, this is the root pack. You face like 3 different mini bosses, and depending on the boss that the mini boss you're facing, there's different health depending on how many players are playing. So in this case, if we were facing this root with 3 people, we would have 10 hit points that we'd have to do. Okay. Those are tracked here. And so for phase 1, you just draw they all say phase 1 on them. You draw 3 cards and place them out. And then we are going to try to match the symbols on these cards to avoid damage.
Cooperatively?
And, yes. Cooperatively.
Okay. So this is a cooperative game. We're trying to roll the symbols that are needed here. You do have to go in order, and you have to re-roll all of your dice every time that you need to re-roll dice. You can't set any aside unless you're setting them on one of the cards. Anytime there's only a single symbol, you have the opportunity to use the finger guns. Little finger gun to try to make a hit at the boss.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So you try to slip that in. If you just skip a section, you will get hit by that card. So try not to, but you do what you can. And there's supposed to be a timer. Let's pull one out.
All right. Yes, it does come with, there is an app that you can download that is an automatic scoring and a timer for this game. And at the end, it's based on how many things you've been able to complete, how fast you were doing, because it has hard, even more hard, and like extreme versions. We didn't find an easy version of this game.
All right.
But anyway, so we'll be doing this.
We're going to try it. And go.
So do I put this here?
Yeah, no, you do it on your own.
You do it on your
on
thing.
my board. Okay.
And if you, any ones you don't dedicate
you don't
to the
have
board,
to if you are able to.
Okay.
Any ones you don't dedicate have to be re-rolled if you re-roll.
So when I'm done, I can just re-roll for pea shooters, or?
Yes.
Is that the 5-minute timer?
That was the 20-second timer.
20 seconds. So easy mode is 20 seconds, medium is 15 seconds, and 10 seconds on
the less time you give yourself, the more bonus points you get at the end. So here...
And this is like a legacy style game, so you get to carry over upgrades that you get to your characters and stuff.
We'll touch on that a little bit more later. So first, you resolve them in order. So here we see, did everybody get a single shoe? Everybody did. Did anybody shoot?
I shot him. I shot him once.
We would go down to 9 health. And then the second one, did everybody get 2 shoes?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Did anybody shoot? No. Last one, everybody got the parry.
We all gained
so we each get a parry token. Parry tokens are important because if someone dies, they lose all their health, you have to start over unless somebody can parry and bring that person back.
Ooh, ouch.
But once they're back, they don't die again in that round, but they can't really help anybody else survive, and they can't get special items and stuff. So
she managed to shoot him again.
I shot him again.
So
guys, y'all need to start shooting the bad guy.
If you manage to go through let me show one more card that's important. There's a card called the Wallop. If this comes out, it's like a bonus card. You don't get damage from the Wallop, but if you manage to redeem that while you're going down the line, you get to draw a Wallop card, and they have some special effects. Sometimes it's just a symbol that you can dedicate out here, and sometimes it's a special ability you get. So those are fun. You can carry them over to the next phase of the boss battle. If you go through the entire phase 1 and you haven't defeated him, you take a time token, and it's minus 10 points off of your final score at the end.
Ouch.
Yeah. But if you do manage to go through all of them, you just discard all of his cards, flip over the next person, next mini-boss, and then start going through the next phase. This one has 3 phases, so you'd have to go through all 3 phases. Then once you do that, you earn a number of coins. I think the first time you get 4 coins, and you unlock these charm cards that go into Pork Rind's market, and then you can spend, these look like they're all 3 coins to get a bonus effect. So you get a weapon to replace your pea shooter, or you can get a charm for extra health, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and there's more boxes with bosses to unlock.
I think there's 8 bosses that have additional charms and weapons in them.
Yeah.
And if you do really well and get a really high score, or I think if everybody finishes with full health, stuff like that, if you make these achievements, you unlock special abilities as well that you can include. And then once you're done, you calculate your final score and save it on this sheet. So you show what bosses you've unlocked and what scores you've gotten. Katie and I played all the way through boss 1, and we were like, awesome. We did really well. And then we calculated our score, and we had a D-.
Yes. So
pretty great.
We were pretty close to failing. We thought we did good.
But you can replay a boss after you've defeated them, trying to get a higher score, and each time you will get at least 1 coin to be able to fight later battles. So it's something that you can sort of increase your character.
Yeah.
And you can see what combinations worked really well for the cards you used.
Very cool.
I think we're going back to the table.
Cuphead.
10 minutes later.
Back to the table.
This is actually the couch.
The couch.
We do have a table
but
here.
Will isn't
but
here.
This is the couch.
So thanks for being Will for us today, Katie.
Yeah, I did it. I did it just for
So
Will.
we're going to be opening the Hasbro Gaming later in the show.
Yes, they're too busy to
be upset. I saw you.
I know.
I saw you moving it, Kevin.
Actually, we are now talking about what you wanted to talk about earlier, Kevin.
Origins?
Origins. So, like we said earlier, Origins is happening right now. Will and Sarah are there, but it's a convention that Kevin and I have gone to several times.
I think probably five years.
I think, obviously, after Tantrum Con, Origins is probably my favorite convention.
Yeah, one of our favorites, just because it's more about gaming and laid back and get to, meet people, and it's not as crowded as Gen Con usually is, although this year Gen Con was definitely less. I'm seeing a lot of cool pictures and lots of fun times over at Origins with Will and Sarah. You have the food market right next door.
North Market.
Yeah, that is definitely a highlight of the trip. And there's the Melt.
Oh yeah, I think they might have even eaten at the Melt.
I saw a charge on the credit card.
The Tantrum Con.
The Tantrum credit card for the Melt. So I'm a little jealous right now.
Basically, kind of like a grilled cheese restaurant, but really fancy ones. And Katie's like, I'm just gonna hold this, keep it from Kevin.
Just to hold on to it for safekeeping.
You could talk about Fangs.
Oh, well, I'll just keep this for a little while.
All right. I think we're heading back to the...
do you need more time over there?
No, go ahead.
No, you're fine. All right. Back to the table.
Back to the table.
This is Fangs from Kosmos. There are 6 different types of cards in it, which I'll explain here in a moment.
And this is an implementation of the game Shadow Hunters.
Yeah.
And it's been renamed Fangs. But it has some pretty similar gameplay. I'd say it's very similar, in fact. It is a game where there will be 3 factions. There are vampires, werewolves, and humans. In this game, you will have a secret role, and you are trying to win based on whatever the win conditions are for your characters. The vampires are sort of together, the werewolves are sort of together, and the humans are kind of together. And they each have we have a track here that we're going to be keeping our health on. As we do that, though, you'll find that everybody has different hit points that are listed here on our damage track. Once you make it to your character's hit point limit, you are eliminated from the game. So you're going to be trying to avoid that. So we'll be.
I guess we can.
There are different locations that are going to be dealt out here, and they are in a random order. But in these different locations, you're going to be rolling to determine which location you go to. Once you get there, you take the action that's listed on that card, which can be drawing some of these cards. This one makes you answer questions about what your role might be. Not outwardly, it will be given silently to one person, and then they will either take damage or heal or do different things that gives a clue as to what their role might be. You have here ones that give you advantages in battle or maybe events. Here you also have events or things that might help your health or maybe other teammates. So basically that's kind of how the game's played. You also can attack other players if you are in a same location or an adjacent location.
Yeah.
You can roll attacks.
So let's run through a couple rounds real quick and show how it goes. So
all right,
first,
well, let me look at who I am really fast.
1 round. 2 rounds.
2 rounds. It's super fast,
right.
Kevin.
I go to 8, which is here. The witch tree, I can push someone up 2 damage or heal myself 1.
All right.
And then if someone was here and it was on the second round, I could attack. You do not have to take the location's ability if you don't want to, but you do have to move.
All right, so I went to the stone circle. This would allow me to steal cards from somebody else, but nobody has cards at the moment, and Ryan's not close enough for me to attack.
I go to 5, and I can pick any card I want. So I'm going to pick the green card.
And by the way, this game is designed for 4 to 8 players, so a 2-player game, not recommended at all.
Oh, ask another player to show your character card only to the person whose turn it is. So I would hand this to her, to Katie. Nobody else gets to know what's on that, and depending on her role, she will then activate it. But this one's doesn't care about your role. She's just going to show me what she is.
So this would be just showing Ryan, and I can show everybody. I am the Vampire Vlad, which means I'm very hard to kill because my points up here, that's how many hit points I have.
Yeah, so now that she's done it, it gets discarded face down, so everybody else doesn't get to know what exactly transpired there, just that something transpired. And then it would be your turn.
Yeah, so that's basically how it goes. I will demonstrate...
attacking. You go to 5.
Okay, I get to draw one of these. I get an equipment, which is a protective cloak that lets me do extra damage or maybe evade damage. I'm going to attack Ryan. That was not a great roll because you do the difference between the 2 dice in damage. I rolled 2 1s. That would be a failed attack.
Yeah, but if she'd rolled a single 1, it would do 1 damage plus a damage from the cloak.
I also have, since he already knows what it is, I could also do this special ability on my card. If you ever flip your card face up, you can do the special ability listed there. But then, of course, your target, everybody knows whose team you're on. Then I get to deal an extra 2 points of damage when I'm dealing damage. So that would be something that I could do if I needed to.
Yeah. So in the orange and blue decks, there are both events and equipment like she had gotten. The events always take place immediately, whereas equipment affects things
they could be good for you or they could be bad depending on what the event is.
So that is Fangs. Check it out. From Kosmos, we're going back to the couch table.
There is a table here, but we are talking about So Clover from Repos. This is a party game that has clovers in it, and we're going to go to the table here that shows the clover. They have these little cards that you're putting in your clover, and in the clover, there's 4 basically cards that you're placing there, and you're trying to connect words in this game.
So you would need to write a clue that connects bedroom and candle, antiquity and car, small and photo,
and orchard and we're already. Oh, but you can help.
Okay,
you can help guess.
All right. So what would happen is they would make those words. I've done that with another group of words, and I have here NASA, danger, cast, and angler. What you do is you take those 4 cards and you add a card.
A red herring card.
A red herring card. And you're going to flip them over, shuffle them up, and then the group, not me.
To make sure.
Not me because...
All right.
This is a cooperative game. We're
Astronaut and fish for angler and NASA. Do we agree? That sounds legit.
Okay. And then basically they're trying to place the cards in the right spot.
And one of them, Kevin didn't even see.
Yes.
So,
I didn't see one of them. That's right.
Danger. A high bridge. A cast.
Defense.
I know. A high bridge would be dangerous. Maybe. Depending on what the guardrails are like.
Angler.
Angler.
Stick. Country cast, secret, stick cast.
An angler. Fast fish. Cast. That wouldn't fit. I don't know.
Night cast.
I don't know about cast.
Like cast as in like cast, or
but that may just
like
be
cast
because
on your
thinking,
arm.
Yeah, or like
a cast of a show.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, island. Isn't that where Survivor takes place? Is on. It's on an island.
Country, secret.
Oh, if secret island, he would not have done.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have done cast. A country island.
Just say yes or no, and we'll get this.
All right, we'll go with that.
Neither of
Those are wrong.
He takes out the wrong ones. So
All
we
right.
get one more chance.
One more chance. So they have this. This is their last chance. You basically get one redo.
Cast.
And as they're doing that, I will.
Is a cigarette danger?
A secret cast. A foot. Here's a foot. A foot on the cast.
Sure. I don't. What's the other word?
High
fish.
High fish.
Sure. How's that, Kevin?
These are wrong. So close though.
What was it?
It was foot.
It was foot. It was
but
winter.
winter bridge.
Oh, that makes good. That makes good sense.
And then
Kevin.
foot case.
Foot case is a cast.
As a cast.
That makes
And then a light fish.
Oh,
Is
the
an
angler has the
The
light.
angler
Yes.
fish has the light that's in front of
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
We'll go really quickly.
them. Real quick,
to
we'll
the
just look
other
at
one.
Melissa's here real quick. So we have shovel, cut, shoot, and shell. Oh man. Shovel, a slide is a shoot. And pliers, snail shell. I like snail shell.
Yeah, that
shoot.
sounds good.
Is that good?
Shovel.
Cut, sword,
Here's
buckle,
a tool, a
grease.
grave.
Tool. I like tool grave. Yeah, that's good. Bank shell, lava shell, desert shell. Oh, cuts. I like sword for cut though.
Yeah.
Buckle,
What does this actually say? Solitary.
I like sword a lot. Don't you for cut?
Train, slide. Do they have coal chutes and trains? Could we switch that out?
Cut your hair?
Haircut,
Oh.
sword cut. Yeah, let's
All right,
do
we're
it.
gonna do it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey!
We did it.
I don't know what shell and buckle were, but we're just gonna go with it.
Well, I really didn't know how to connect snail and buckle, and I'm like, maybe a buckle could be made out of a shell because they have shiny...
maybe you were hoping we'd get sword and cut,
yeah.
and it would just be obvious.
I was kind of hoping that would be obvious, so that one would come in.
Good
Thankfully, that one didn't have like super bad distractor words. We've had some times where the flipped extra card has been a better answer to a clue than the one that the person actually used.
I think,
bad.
Melissa, you're heading
So-
to Hannah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is for 3 to 6 players,
Oh, yeah.
but we have played it with multiple players filling
Yeah.
out the same Clover together. Really fun game. We learned it's the later game that we learned about your love of mustard, Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
this
we're gonna
game, this game just
We'll get to that in a
included
minute.
the love of mustard.
All right,
Honestly.
follow me to the table. Are you coming too, Kevin?
I'm gonna set PinPoint up since
All
I'm
right,
the only one that knows
then
how
I'll
to play
stay
that.
here. We are looking at Kim Joy's Magic Bakery, which is actually going to be available, I think this week. It's coming out really, really soon. This is from Skybound Games. And Kim Joy was actually a contestant on
The Great British Baking
the
Show.
Great British Baking Show.
Is it Bake Off?
No.
Baking show. Is that
The
correct?
Great British Baking Show, and she collaborated with a game designer to come up with Kim Joy's Magic Bakery, and she was known for creating very whimsical desserts with little creatures and things, and you'll see that in the illustrations of this game, and there's a lot of animals that you're trying to, the animals are the customers that you're trying to make what they want to buy in your bakery. So this is for 2 to 5 players, and it has scenarios. So we've set up the first scenario, which has a kitten, and the kitten actually goes across some of the ingredients. So you need to spend actions to pet the kitten, the cat, to move it so you have
Access to the ingredient.
access to the different ingredients.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a cooperative game, and you're going to have a hand of cards, and you can take cards from the pantry. You can use your cards to fulfill the ingredients for jam. I would need a fruit and a sugar, which I do have. So I could spend my fruit and sugar to get a jam into my hand. I could pass a card to another player. If Hannah needed butter, I could give her butter. So with 2 to 3 players, we're taking 3 actions per turn. So I might take another sugar.
And this automatically gets.
And then do I actually need jam for either of these? Oh,
Well,
I
for
need
the
jam. And I
Vietnamese
need
whirls.
icing for the Viennese whirls. So I could, for my third action, turn in the butter and sugar to get some icing. And now I'm
There you go.
2/3 of the way there. Throughout the game, these customers are going to be sliding down, so you have a little bit of a timer for how long it takes you to complete their orders. You need to complete a certain number to win the game. What are
Yeah.
you doing, Hannah?
So if you're working on the Vietnamese whirls, I'll work on the pistachio ganache macarons with the
Ooh.
flamingo there. So I'm gonna pick up a chocolate since that's one of the ingredients. And then to work on getting a biscuit, that's the cat is hiding. Will you need another jam?
I don't need
So
another
I'll
jam.
need to, I just move it one for a, just one, right?
So pet the cat.
Pet the kitty, move the kitty, and now I can work on that. So I do have eggs and sugar, but I'll need a flour, so this will be my third action, and I'll be able to complete that next turn.
So we would just continue taking actions, trying to get what we need to fulfill the customers. There are lots of different scenarios. Do we have?
Yes.
So they're all going to have a slightly different setup, and there's different values of the customers, of how difficult it is to complete them. So, yeah, so there's going to be rules. The foxes pick the locks. Unicornucopia. The bees won't be
Hive.
beehive. Turtle eclipse of the tart.
The puns never end.
So each of these scenarios is going to give some specific instructions for how you set up the game and what your goals are going to be. I would say this is a very family-friendly, lightweight game. Says it plays in about 15 to 30 minutes for a scenario. Kim Joy's Magic Bakery. Katie actually made a pavlova. There was a recipe that we got in our box, and it was very, very tasty and very, very cute. Kim Joy has baking and cookbooks that you can buy, but very cute art on Kim Joy's Magic Bakery coming from Skybound. I believe it's releasing this week. Now let's go over to the couch and see what they have over there.
That's fine. This is really important because this is our last game we were talking about before we open the big box from Hasbro Gaming that Larry is itching to open. This, though, is called PinPoint. We picked this up at Gen Con from Nauvoo Games, and this game is 3 games in one box. We're going to just show off one of them. That we're going to show off 1 to 100 in today's Saturday morning board game show, and throughout the rest of the year, and maybe even to next year, I'm sure this will come back because this is great to show off, like for our 12-hour game-a-thon or 24-hour game-a-thon. Tantrum Con, things like that. 1 to 10 is another game, and then the other game is least to most. But we're going to show off 1 to 100. In the game, there are a bunch of cards that, like, you have 1 to 100, and it could be dangerous to safe or unhealthy to healthy snack. Well, Katie, what is the one you chose?
All right, I have requires luck versus requires skill.
Requires luck is 1, and requires skill is 100?
Yes.
All right, and she rolled a die, and she was randomly given a number that I'm
having to get them to try to guess based on what I tell them is the clue.
It's just really lucky.
So kind of like wavelength a little bit.
Yeah, kind of like or really skillful. So what is the word you chose?
All right, so the word that I am choosing is dice roll.
Dice roll, is that really lucky or really skillful? Oh, this is Katie.
Out of 100.
Out of 100. So from 1 to 100, it could be any
we get
any
points
number
if we're
in there.
within 10, correct?
1 is lucky.
Right. 1 is
super
lucky, and 10 is skillful.
Now is this like, what kind of die are you rolling?
I'm just a normal 6-sided die.
Okay.
Requires luck or requires skill.
And how does the scoring go as people are thinking?
Now within 10, you're gonna get a point, and
You get a point
right
if you're
on.
exact.
and you get a point if you're exact.
And Katie gets points for having multiple people.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I chose 30.
Okay.
I chose 15.
14.
I did 50-50 because I like.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
You use any skill when you're rolling
Yes.
dice?
How you do your wrist, it actually
Yeah.
is a skill.
Oh my goodness.
What's
At least
your
for
answer?
me, it's a skill.
It was, well, it was either, what was it? 2.
No!
Y'all obviously
I
know
went
how
too
to
hard.
cheat when you're rolling dice.
I mean, I did it
I
before.
I mean, it could have been a weighted
apparently.
die. It could have been a
Yeah.
a die that has all the
A
same number.
roll of the dice is just luck, guys.
Oh no, not completely.
All right, here we go. Mine is useless. No, is 1 to useful 100, and my clue is mustard.
Oh, useful or useless.
So there's a whole story about how Kevin really likes mustard that came out in this game.
We
In
did.
this game.
The exact question was
Do you remember?
yes, it was about genies. It was like a good wish. So if you had a wish to ask a genie, what is a good wish versus a bad wish? And I was trying to get like 15 or something like that was about
No, it
the
was
number.
in the 40s.
No, it was definitely in the teens. And I said, wish for an endless supply of mustard. And Kevin put his answer in the 40s as a really fairly good wish. And I was like, no. We found out that Kevin has a whole drawer or whole
I showed them the
shelf in the
picture.
fridge
A whole refrigerator door.
Yeah.
full of mustard at his house.
All right.
He thought it was
I'm
a
ready.
wish.
Useless, 1.
1.
Useful is 100. And my answer is mustard.
I know. Your
Done.
focus question is
My
mustard.
clue is
I
mustard.
feel like it's going to be higher than I
got
think
it
it
out.
should be because it's Kevin with mustard. Oh, I'm going to raise it. I'm raising it. All right, done.
All right, what's your ansers?
76.
I went
88.
with 75.
I did 83.
83,
88.
87.
But I still got within 10, so I got a point.
And it's a point.
I
So
wondered
Hannah and Larry would get a point.
Yeah.
Kevin, how many people do you need to get? I don't know.
It's like 3 or 4. But anyway, we all want to go one more. Did you order yet the food?
No.
All right, Katie's going to go work and order the food, order lunch. All right, Melissa, did you have one? Or did
I have one. Here, I'll show them the cards too
Okay.
while I do it.
So.
So, if you look here, if I show it
And
correctly.
we won't look.
I rolled a 2, and so that's the number that we need to get them to guess. Our clues are 1 to 100, rough to smooth.
Rough to smooth. All right.
Rough to smooth.
Okay.
Rough to smooth.
And what's the clue?
And the clue is going to be...
He hasn't even thought of the clue yet.
I haven't. Steel wool.
Oh.
Rough to steel wool.
Ha. It has to be within 10, right? So we can
Yeah.
kind of go little ha.
Let's see what happens.
Don't fail me, guys.
Jim, me and you are good brothers
sit on the
here.
box.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
I
box.
just wanted to sit next to it.
So I guess we could just open that here now that we
Yeah.
have the,
have the camera.
extra camera.
Yeah. So, are we ready?
I'm ready.
I
I'm
did
ready.
7.
7, 12.
I did 11.
It was 8.
Oh, so we're all within 10.
Yeah, but Hannah's the closest.
Hannah's the closest.
But
so
did
she
you
would
get? But everyone get one.
I think you get an extra point for the
Closest.
closest.
Yeah, closest you get
Okay.
a point. But if you get exactly on, you get another point.
Yeah, you
So that's why it's worth it to try to guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Good
You
job.
can get
everybody.
up to 3 points.
That's right.
And then the clue giver gets points if people.
If there's enough
a number
people
of
that are
people.
close.
That was an
Do you just want to
excellent-
mention the other games, like not actually play them, but so in this box there's also least, most,
Least to most.
and 1 to 10, and there's cards with people's names on them, like Queen Amidala and the Invisible Man. And you'll have Whoopi Goldberg and Laura Croft, and you're gonna have a card that says something along the lines of who's most likely to buy an Apple product or run a red light or laugh at an inappropriate moment, and you're trying to guess out of that group of people, and you're trying to have the majority guess of everyone else.
Right. And then there's 1 to 10, and you can do these same people,
Yep.
or you could just choose people in the audience, like Katie and Ryan, and try and
Who's
figure
the most likely to run a red light?
And then you would do.
Oh.
Katie just pointed to herself.
Definitely, Katie.
So I think this version would be really fun at Tantrum Con,
Yeah.
at one of our meals maybe, to have like a whole bunch of the like Tantrum House people and have the audience guess who they think is most likely to
Yes.
fall into these categories.
I think everyone's ready and waiting for this Hasbro gaming game
All
night
morning.
box opening, or should we call it an unboxing?
Ooh, an unboxing. Here's some more components.
There you go.
for that.
You have that.
There's like, I don't care about this anymore.
Ha!
All right, well, let's show the box again.
Your best Vanna White impression.
So this just showed up today at the house.
Yeah.
Today.
All right.
And
might
it
have to
says The
undo
Game of
it.
Life, Super Mario, and Monopoly Animal Crossing.
And
Hold it
Larry.
this way.
Okay.
Can you see it in the camera?
Okay, here we go.
You're gonna see it before us
Oh no!
because we haven't peeked at all.
Not at all.
We have. Please read before posting. Oh, good thing I already read this.
Good thing.
This was sent to us by Hasbro for free.
Yep, and I already posted that online as well. So
And this is part of the Hasbro Game Night promotion.
So there's the Animal Crossing Monopoly information, and then there's the Super Mario Game of Life. Personally, I'm more of the Game of Life fan than the Monopoly fan.
Can I see that?
Yes.
So we have
Yes.
a Animal Crossing thermos.
Yeah.
And
Is that a
socks.
hot or cold thing?
Mmm.
Unknown at the moment.
A Super Mario journal.
Filter inside.
Larry, what do we see here?
Oh, a Nintendo hat.
Oh yeah, that was
That's
made
pretty
for
sweet.
you.
That is made for you to put it on now.
Larry's like, I'm here for the unboxing. I get to claim.
That's right.
Oh, these are the games we were looking at as well.
Ah, who cares about the games?
Oh,
What about the
please.
swag?
All right, we're gonna move
Ooh,
this
Mario
box
Life
out of the
though.
way.
Mario Life.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
cool. It
pretty
actually has
sweet.
a steel, so you can do your tea or coffee
Ooh,
inside.
Ooh, that's,
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, that's very neat.
Yes. We'll show.
It's a very
it has
nice
the little
water
filter.
bottle.
Cool.
Filter. Oh, here we go. We're on this camera. Look at the lights.
All right, here we go. Larry's
Try it
gonna-
on. Oh, we
You
need
gotta-
to
you gotta-
adjust it.
I'm not a flat bill guy.
You gotta
It's
adjust it.
terrible.
That looks pretty good on you,
My
man.
head looks
Let
terrible
me
in
see if
flat
it's
bills.
flat.
Let us be the judge
Yeah,
of
we'll let
that.
you be the
Snapbacks.
judge.
You can train it.
Oh,
see.
it's got a.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
No,
yeah, there you go.
piranha plant.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe I should
Now,
go
do
this
you
way so you can
leave
see
the
the
sticker
plan.
on the bill, or do you take
Yes.
it off?
You can't take the sticker off.
Well, that's a thing for some people. Do not take the sticker off
Right.
if they're.
oh! Did you get my pink socks?
Socks. You're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, the little. Is that a dog? And
So it has like the little bear
What
things.
else?
I haven't played Animal Crossing, dog,
cool.
and
journal.
2021
done.
calendar.
It's a calendar.
calendar
Oh,
journal, Super Mario.
Crazy.
Nice.
So this is from Hasbro, their game night. They
Yeah, so check
sent us
out-
this box.
Yeah, check out the products here online or in your store.
Thanks, Hasbro. Way to be a bro.
You just got their new tagline.
Did we get lunch ordered is the big question.
Not yet.
That is what
Waiting.
Kevin
We
is
have to
Still
read-
waiting
order
for
again.
lunch.
Oh no! The order again.
Yeah.
Oh, see, people are saying the flat bill does look good on you.
I don't know.
And then some are
Trust
saying it's
the
awful.
people.
There's
That's the
mixed
internet
reviews.
for you.
Mixed reviews on the
Definitely
flat bill
mixed
hat.
reviews.
But it's cool that the underside of
Maybe
the
we could just
bill
wear it
has a
backwards.
design on it
Oh.
too.
Does it?
Oh, you can't
that's
ruin
weird.
that.
Yeah, no, you can't make that.
Oh, it's the pipes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah, Kevin's new hat.
Adjust that for Kevin.
Oh, thank you, Hannah.
There you go.
I agree. I'm also a curved bill person.
If I
Thank
could.
you. That's okay.
I feel like
it.
you could
That's
pull
fine.
it off more than I could, though.
Awesome. Thank you, Hannah. I think I'm also a curved bill as well.
Yeah, it's a little too casual for you.
Yeah. But I do like the front. It's pretty cool. All right, Larry. Congratulations on your win of the hat today.
Yeah, that's because I won Pic Twist by putting out the most moves.
Right.
All right, so thanks for joining us, everybody. Remember that we have Tantrum Con tickets on sale at tantrumcon.com, and you can let us know if you think you're going to come, what sort of events that you would like to see, because we're still planning the schedule for tournaments and games that you can play with us, and games that will have demoers playing, things like that. So what would you like to see at Tantrum Con? Any other thoughts?
I think they should definitely tune in on Monday for Ryan and Jonah's board game news. So Ryan took over Will's spot. So there's the board game news show coming Monday. So definitely check that out. But I think we're gonna say goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, and we will have in about a week or so the Essen anticipated games video.
We're gonna record that today and we're gonna edit it fast.
There you go.
So yeah, lots of videos coming up on the channel, lots of games still coming out.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.